Welcome back. Let's continue here. In our previous video, I said that we don't know what is the problem in here, right? So as you see in auth controller, we said like session.flash success message, right? So it don't know what success is exactly. We needn't mention that it should return the success message. All right. So we need to explicitly mention that we are sending a success message. So in flash message, we just need to mention that this is a success message. That's it. So success message, and if you go ahead and check here, exactly this shouldn't be the danger thing. It should be a success message. If you go ahead and check in Bootstrap class, success message gives kind of uh, a a good color instead of a danger color. Danger color is something like very kind of a red one, right? So let's check whether it is working or not. So we can go to register here and you can check whether it is working or not. Let's say Karthik tested test.com and the password of whatever. Registration completed, please log in. Cool. Now that is working. Now we have to take care of this login now. For that, first thing first, we'll first go to login.edge and we'll do, in fact we'll edit this ID and email field whatever, and we should give it a name of email and name of password. You know what, and finally we just need to give a form method of post and action of /login. Cool. Now what we can do here, let's close things up here so that it makes easier for us. In routes.js, what we can do is we can make this, copy this again and make this as a post request, and to what we can name this, we can name auth, right? So auth controller dot auth. So now we can go to login.edge, excuse me, auth controller here, and before that don't forget to add CSRF token here. So pass CSRF token, which is CSRF field, exactly not a token here, excuse me. So CSRF field should be added here. So in authcontroller.js, instead of this, well, we'll reduce this one. So we can write async auth, right? So exactly we need request here, response here, and we'll be using session here, right? We mostly use this one. So that's great. So what we can do here, we need to log in here, right? So how we can log in here? So log in here with Adonis is very simple. We need to do simple things for us. So in fact we don't require request here, we are doing nothing here, right? So excuse me, we need request. So we'll start with const body equal to request.all, and from here we'll copy this validation thing. Let's copy this one here and paste this. As you know, we don't have email ID, I mean name. It should be email, and we don't need to check whether it is unique or not. In fact, we don't need to check the minimum things required. We don't need to check name. Exactly these three are not needed. Alright, so password dot required should be password is required. Alright, cool. Now we can write again, make sure that we need to write if validation dot fails, we need to pass the session error messages. So session with errors and session with errors, so validation dot messages. Cool, that's all we need here. Finally, what we can do is, instead of creating a new JavaScript object which will create a new record in the database with this body, email and password, we should try to log in. How we can do that? We need to await auth dot login. Alright, so not this dot auth, so just auth dot login with body dot email and body dot password. Alright, so as simple as that. Now it should be logged in, it should log in. So after that, we need to pass session dot flash success, you are logged in. Cool. Finally, we need to return the response dot redirect to home. So we don't have this home here. Let's create that. Let's copy this here and put that as home. Home. We'll pass a closure here instead of this for now. We'll change that later. Alright, so a closure, and we'll do return view dot render home. Alright, so view. Cool. So we need to create home.edge inside views. Inside views, we'll create home.edge. Here, art layout, layouts dot app, and a section block with the name content, and finally logged in. As simple as that. Cool. Now let's try to log in here. In fact, it'll come from register so that we can make sure that everything works perfectly. Karthik at karthik.com, and finally registration completed, please log in. So auth is not defined. Sure enough, we don't know what auth is. You might guess that we need to mention the auth. Cool. Now we go ahead back and get a refresh here, and let's try again. Karthik at karthik.com, and cannot log in user since user ID is not defined. That's a weird error. User ID is not defined. No, it's defined one. What is the problem here? Instead of login, we have something called auth.attempt, which should be await auth.attempt. Well, let's try this one because auth.login should work. I don't know why. We'll start doing that. View superb. So instead of auth.login, we should pass auth.attempt. So auth.login is something we need to check. Let's check that out here. Maybe something happened here. Auth.login. We'll take care of that one here. Now we are logged in. As you can see, we are in home and our success message is printing out. So to make sure that we are logged in, two things we can do. One is inside home.h, instead of saying that logged in, we can say auth.user.name. Alright, so what it will do is it will print out the name of the user. It says Karthik. Alright, so in login here we can change that to logout. So let's go to nav.edge, and here we can have a if statement. Alright, so if statement, what it should do is if auth.user, we can check whether the authenticated user is present or not. So if that is the case, we need to say logout. Alright, so copy that and say logout, and here we can say logout. If it is not the case, we should see this here. So you can pass a else statement before end of. Alright, so cut this and put else if here. Save that, hit a refresh here. Now we can see we have logout, which means we are authenticated into our app. Cool, our login and registration is completed. So now we can start building our app. Basically our home route should show all the contents here. So basically our news will come here with apports count and commands count and everything, and inside this new and past should show, right? So here we should order based on upouts count. We should show the date with timings and all, and let's do that in our next video. Alright, bye bye.